What's good, YouTube? Good Saturday. We just chilling with the boys. And then in this video, I'm gonna go over how in 5 days in January, I was able to get a 6K payout with Time Step across 2 accounts. 2, not 5, 2. So I'm gonna show you the proof. Then I'm gonna break down my thought process. And this is how I do across multiple accounts. This is what I do. I trade multiple accounts across multiple firms, and I get multiple payouts. So it's something special that I'm doing, works for me, and been doing pretty good so far. Been doing this for about a year now, so you learn, you live and you learn. So I'm gonna break it down to you guys, very simple. And got the playoffs finna come on in about an hour. Chill Saturday, nothing too much, you know what I'm saying? So you guys wanna learn how I do this, I will be mentoring, one-on-ones, just to kind of break down. But it's not easy. It's a lot of accounts that account rotations and a mindset of one and done, on to the next. We'll talk about that in another video, but I'm gonna show you guys that I made up for it and everything. I'll show you guys some good content. All right, so this is how 5 days in, I was able to request $6,000 in total payouts. Clearly you see it's been sent and deposited. You see today, so should have been made this video, but I'm learning how to be consistent with the content, so just bear with me. This is just 2 accounts, right? 3,000 here, 3,000 here, and yeah, those are the accounts. So I did blow those accounts. I full ported, and I was trying to make an additional 3 because the account was at 3,000. So I had $6,000 in the account, and then I was just kind of being greedy. But when you get payouts like that off 2 accounts, you can take those type of risks and you'll be okay with it. Like, I'm perfectly fine with both of those accounts. Even though I had money, I left money on the table. I have 5 more accounts. So the 7th it was paid out, I blew it on the 8th. 2 days later, count's already up 200 from actually being passed. So, and you can go through my metrics. 88% win rate, 257, average losing 350. And this is what I'm looking like. Guys, I like to be in and out the market. So this is a perfect example of how I trade in and out. One and done if I can. If not, I'll 2-tap it and really push it. But I know what setups I'm looking for on a smaller time frame, obviously, right? And I got streaks. I have streaks longer than this. I can, take a loss, right? And then I could just, get it back. So that's really it. And I didn't really take a loss. I took like small losses. I don't think I took. This is my worst day, P&L. So yeah, guys, that's how you kind of re-up. So imagine if I can do that same thing I just did, but with 5 accounts. Imagine if I could do that with 5 accounts and actually get these pushed. So I'm 2-0, got a payout. Let's get a payout with this. And then this time around, I'll probably just kind of chill, right? Because there's no need, And the way it's looking, I have other prop firms, other accounts. So I don't have to necessarily full port or try to push crazy number. And I'm learning, like, that's how you get banned, guys. I'm being completely honest with you guys. Like, that's how people are getting banned. They're doing crazy numbers and getting 20K payouts Guys, the best way to be is under the radar. I could have got 5K if I really wanted to, but to do this in 5 days, I was appreciative and I took it. So that's something I preach. Is to kind of like just be under the radar so you don't have to get banned and deal with, too much BS. So that's the payout. Let's kind of go over the trades. So going over some of the trades, right? So Friday, I caught a few good buys and a few good sales. I believe I was on NAS. So yeah, I was on NAS and I kind of caught this on the 1 minute. So when it came to NAS, I caught some real quick buys and some real quick sales. So let me take off this so you can see a little bit better. So I trade very simple. Trade like the opening range. So very simple. Break. This is a very strong break, and it was a small retest. You could have seen it on the 15 seconds, which I got in. Came to this level. Once we started seeing rejections, I got out. Then I caught sales on some other prop firms because I trade multiple firms. I caught the sale. Came, broke this little resistance, or I'm sorry, broke this level. Came down and popped back into this area. Got out. And then, we had a break and retest right here. Failed to go higher. Came back, retest the bottom of the opening range. Inversed. And man, it did numbers. I caught some of these buys. I caught the buys right here around the break of this level. And we got, especially this red line, we had a nice push above and retest of this red line, which is very essential. And just kept on going. So I caught some of these on my Bullnox, account, some other accounts that I had. So yeah, Friday was a good day. Friday was a real good day. And we got see if I can go back to, let me go back to, I don't want to wait, but I mean to go this far back. So yeah, that was Friday's price action. Turn this back on so I can see. So this is Thursday. What did I catch Thursday? It's Friday. Thursday I caught sales. I caught sales Thursday. No, I'm sorry. I caught buys. I'm tripping. Man, it's giving me a hard time. I'm on my MacBook, so it's kind of. Yeah, I caught buys. I definitely caught buys. So we're in a 5 minute. So things happen pretty quick on the 1 minute compared to the 5. So clearly you see it was a break and there was a retest right here with the 5 minute. I caught that buy. Once I start seeing rejection, since I scale in, I see rejection, I'm out. And especially if I'm up. I see rejections, I'm out. I like to catch volume, confluence of, any indication or a lot of indications indicating either buying pressure or selling pressure. So you got candlesticks, right? You got candle closures, right? You got volume. I trade with all that, so that's how I catch moves. Excuse me. And especially when you go 15, 30 seconds. So I like to, I guess you can call it scalping, but I do, intraday trade, 10, 15 minutes. In my last video, I showed you guys my charts and I was getting popped. 30 minutes and over, I got popped, but 15 minutes, I can do that too. I could do, I like to get in and out the markets. Like I've said, it's easier to go one and done on 10 or 5 accounts, whether it's 200 $800 or $1,000, it's easier to go one and done across 5 accounts, 10 accounts than it is to go one and done on one account, because the degree and the wanting to have a big payout, right? So that's the reason why I rotate accounts and I trade multiple accounts. That's kind of the trade breakdown and I did this for 5 days straight. So that's how I got the payout each day. Figuring out, I'm not going over no strategies. I'm just showing you guys what I did to get 6K in 5 days off of 2 accounts. So, and I already have 5 loaded up for, or at least by Monday, I have 5 accounts. So do it again, times 5 this time, and let's see what type of payouts we get. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video.